Well, hi everyone. Good afternoon. I'm very excited to be with you today and share how we embrace conscious leadership in the company and why is it so important for us. CMI is a Latin American family corporation which came to life in Central America, investing and creating employment and development in the region. Starting in 1920 with a small shop, the company has expanded its presence and business for 3 generations to become one of the largest conglomerates in Latin America. Through its business units, it creates a sustainable impact in the communities where it operates, offering excellent quality products and services. As a company, we have been creating value since we started 100 years ago. Next slide, please. Our founder, Juan Bautista Gutierrez, started from scratch in a remote town of Guatemala to give value to customers and families that did not have access to goods. He started his company with the slogan, "Hay que echar pa'lante," we need to move forward. Now, CMI has presence in 16 countries and has 2 business groups that create value in Latin America, the United States, and Europe. Without a doubt, Don Juanito, as we affectionately refer to him, was a conscious leader. With this legacy, at CMI, we have reflected on the philosophy that we should inspire us to do business, a philosophy focused on creating value for all, transcending and leaving a legacy. But let us reflect. Perhaps one of the most important questions we can ask ourselves as human beings is, what are we here for? Or what is our purpose in life? This question should not be alien to corporations, to companies. For us, as CMI and as CMI Capital, it is equally important to be able to answer the question of what do we exist for? Or what is the significance we want for our business? Well, this might sound romantic to you, but let me tell you some very relevant events that frame this philosophy. In August 2019, when the health crisis had not arrived yet, a meeting of approximately 200 CEOs of the largest US companies, such as IBM, JP Morgan Chase, and Johnson & Johnson, held a meeting called the CEO Roundtable. At this meeting, the statement on the purpose of a corporation was issued. It reads, "Each of our stakeholders is essential. We are committed to delivering value for each of them, for the future success of our company, our communities, and our country." This statement was seen as a break from previous statements that stated that the main responsibility of companies was to give profits to its shareholders. Well, here the concept of stakeholder capitalism began to sound stronger. That is, conscious capitalism that seeks not only to deliver value to its shareholders, but also to all of its stakeholders. In early 2020, BlackRock's CEO Larry Fink's traditional letter to its shareholders and customers was published. In this letter, Mr. Fink said, "The growth prospect of all companies is linked to their ability to operate sustainably and meet the needs of all the stakeholders. A company cannot achieve long-term profits without embracing purpose and considering the needs of a broad range of stakeholders. Ultimately, purpose is the engine of long-term profitability." And towards the end of January 2020, the annual World Economic Forum meeting was held in Davos, Switzerland. And that year, the topic was stakeholders for a cohesive and sustainable world. In Davos, a manifesto on the universal purpose of a company in the 4th Industrial Revolution was published. From this statement, I highlight the following excerpts. "The purpose of a company is to engage all of its stakeholders in shared and sustained value creation. In creating such value, a company serves not only its shareholders, but all of its stakeholders, employees, customers, suppliers, local communities, and society at large. A company is more than just a wealth-generating economic unit. Performance should be measured not only as shareholder profits, but also in relation to the fulfillment of environmental and social objectives. The CEOs of America's largest companies, the world's largest asset management company, and hundreds of leaders gathered at the World Economic Forum may also sound romantic to you. But I sincerely believe that beyond that, they have understood that the traditional way of doing business or the capitalism of the past has expired. But beyond blindly following what might consider a fad, a new trend, a new fashion, or a new nice to have, a company like ours must start thinking about our purpose in order to answer the question, what are we here for? And from there, understand how do we add value for all of our stakeholders. Well, in 2019 at CMI, we were also in the process of this reflection to answer the question, what are we here for? And we reflected that the size of our business and our geographical footprint requires us to assume with increasing responsibility the commitment to generate shared value with society and with the countries that we operate and invest in. It is really no longer just about making our operations sustainable. It is about making a measurable contribution to the development of countries. In other words, it is not just about doing things right, but being agents of change. We want to move the needle of development. So, we aspire to be a benchmark in Latin America for creating financial value with a positive social and environmental impact. We are an active asset manager of intensive capital assets who seeks to optimize our portfolio and leverage our capabilities, providing comprehensive solutions that drive sustainable transformation. This aspiration will require innovation and adaptation of business models. And that is why today we want to call on the innovation and entrepreneurship ecosystem, entrepreneurs, investors, research developers, etc., to direct their value proposals to these objectives. And not only to those of CMI Capital, but to others such as education, nutrition, infrastructure, etc. At CMI, we seek to develop projects and businesses that through our growth help our employees, customers, and suppliers grow with us, also being responsible citizens. That is why through our capacity to generate investments that positively impact the economy, the environment, and society, our purpose should lead us to be agents of change in the region. This is conscious capitalism. This is conscious leadership. The way we believe we should operate, the way we are operating. Our vocation is to develop projects and businesses. We are then in the development business. And more specifically, we are in the business of sustainable development. Let me tell you a little bit about what we do in our business units aligned to that purpose. Through our energy unit, we invest with impact in renewable energies, mitigating climate change, and facilitating access to clean technologies. Our real estate unit contributes to the progress and well-being of people, providing access to housing, better life quality, and access to safe public spaces. Through the network of shopping centers, we promote the social and economic development of small and medium-sized businesses and startups. Through our finance unit, we have the enormous potential to make these high-impact investments viable, using more alternative sources of funding. The Association of Conscious Capitalism defines it as follows. Conscious capitalism is a change of paradigm in the way of understanding business. This is stakeholder capitalism, the capitalism of the present and of the future. And when we talk about a higher purpose, we mean money is not the ultimate purpose of the organization, but a means to achieve a higher purpose. When we talk about culture, we mean a culture oriented towards people and collaborative values versus competitive ones. When we talk about leadership, we talk about conscious leadership, which means the leader serving the team and not the other way around. And when we talk about stakeholders, we mean stakeholder integration. We mean a systemic perspective of all stakeholders involved. A conscious business cannot and will not be a zero-sum game. And let me share with you how we are doing it in CMI. Since the company began 100 years ago, we have been, and we have tried, and we aspired to be a good business every single day. In 2018, we had identified the purpose of our two business groups, CMI Capital and CMI Foods. Identifying our purpose took time and made us think about why we exist as a company, beyond the benefits we provide to our shareholders, employees, investors, and suppliers. It made us more conscious about how we can make a difference in the world. Through our food business group, we state that we feed your world to fill it with well-being. And in the capital group, we declare as a higher purpose of our organization that we generate impact investments that drive sustainable development. Please note that we're not talking about here about running a business in renewable energy. We're not talking about finance. We're not talking about real estate. We're talking about sustainable development, about impact investments. Impact investments are those that intentionally achieve measurable benefits on social and environmental issues while making a financial profit. Now, our purpose and conscious leadership is what guides us. We need more conscious organizations where everybody can win. We must change our mindset from the outdated paradox that we need to lose for someone else to win and start thinking consciously. We can live in a society where everybody wins. And as business, we can help communities and the planet thrive. Business can and needs to create value for everyone. If one person wins, we all win. The path to that mindset is related with conscious leadership and core values. At CMI, we have core values that drive us there. We have our 4 values, our 4 corporate values, in the acronym REIR, which means smile in Spanish. Our values are responsibility, excellence, integrity, and respect. Related with these core values, we have 6 principles which lead the way we do business. All principles have the same relevance, but the 2 closest to our purpose are impact sustainable development for the people, families, and communities, and the opportunity to grow together. Our conscious leadership and the value we want to add in the planet and society is driving us to better social, environmental, and financial businesses. As a conscious company, how we lead people is a key component. Our leadership framework has 3 principles and 15 skills that empower our people. Our CMI leaders create the future, and that means our leaders have a strategic vision, think in sustainability terms, make decisions, and are open to change and learning. They maximize talent. Our leaders are committed to our purpose and core values, and are close to our talent and empowered. And our leaders propel the business with simplicity, prioritization, execution, communications, and a results approach. Our leaders drive our company. In a practical way, conscious leadership is helping us to attract more talent. Today, the best talent want to work in the best companies, in companies that thrive on inspirational purpose. We want our people to be happy. We care about them, and we want them to grow. Just as Don Juanito used to say, we want people to be happy when they come to work every morning, but we want them to be happier when they go back home. To have good leaders, we must allow them to make mistakes. We must allow them to be open, to be vulnerable. And of course, we need them to be more conscious. As a conscious business, we want to grow with all of our stakeholders. While improving the lives of others, we improve our lives and our business. This new model undoubtedly represents a disruptive transition. But like any transition, it also represents a great opportunity to reinvent ourselves in order to promote a more sustainable world with development opportunities for all. I like this reflection from Rebecca Henderson in her book, Reimagining Capitalism in a World on Fire, which I highly recommend. And it reads, everyone must breathe to live. But the purpose of living is not breathing. In today's world, reimagining capitalism requires embracing the idea that while firms must be profitable if they are to thrive, their purpose must not be only to make money, but also to build prosperity and freedom in the context of a livable planet and a healthy society. Conscious capitalism promotes the innate potential of businesses to have a positive impact in the world. Conscious capitalism combines the foundations of capitalism with humanistic values such as trust, empathy, collaboration, and value creation. Therefore, we need to work in a coordinated way. Company, investors, entrepreneurs, government, all in search of a higher goal. To promote business models that allow to bring solutions for the progress and development of all. I invite you to talk with us. We want to listen to your ideas. We firmly believe, without a doubt, that entrepreneurship, innovation, and new ideas are the most powerful resource for social cooperation and human progress ever conceived. I am pleased to share with you that we have been honored to be judges at Startup Avenue. We're very excited and looking forward to learning about those new projects that are changing the lives of people, societies, and the environment. We need more conscious leaders and organizations with a higher purpose. There is a movement of leaders that want to be part of the change the world needs. Even though we don't have all the answers, we are making progress in changing history, driving businesses from a management approach to a wellness approach. We need to inspire and make others think that a better world is possible, a world where everybody wins. We need to drive innovation for a greater purpose. Think about it. If everybody wins, losing is not a possibility. Thank you.